Minister Reid, Minister Robinson, distinguished panelists, I'm happy to join you today. And UNFPA, the UN Population Fund, is very pleased to collaborate with partners including CARICOM Secretariat and the Caribbean Regional Youth Council and other partners in hosting this summit. I would like to take a few moments to recognize the devastating impact of Hurricanes Irma, Jose, and Maria on the Caribbean, including Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Turks and Caicos Islands, and the Bahamas, and to appreciate the presence of all of you from across the region who turned out despite the severe challenges being experienced at this time. You are indeed a very important segment of the Caribbean, comprising more than 25% of the population, and you are key to driving change toward a better future for all in every corner of the world, even as we face grave challenges to our own development efforts. Despite efforts, young people, and you know this better than I do, face a serious array of development challenges, and your needs and aspirations are regularly and all too often overlooked. Your integration into the workforce is in general quite precarious, with negative consequences on long-term social protection, which I know at this stage you could care less about. But trust me, in 30 years you're going to be looking back and thinking, why did I not start saving? Adolescents and young people find serious limitations to their sexual and reproductive health and rights. Examples of this are the very high rates in this region. We are second in the world on adolescent pregnancy. We're still too high on early marriage. We are second in the world on our HIV infection rates. Sexual violence numbers are awful, and other indicators of vulnerability. And in addition to everything else that you look at during this time, I hope you give some thought to how we start turning those numbers around. I've been saying for a long time, the Caribbean has been second in the world on HIV infection rates for 20 years. This is not acceptable. We need to shift those figures. How you are supported and engaged will significantly determine the prospects of sustainable development and peace in the coming years. And you should think about what you need from us to make the world you want. You not only represent the hope of the future, but as importantly, you are the emerging leaders of today. You are at the forefront of global change and innovation, and will play an important role, including in rerouting or GPS, governance, peace, and security. Though I like society, frankly, as well. And on the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. It is important to create formal and informal mechanisms that will empower you to play a greater role in solving the challenges facing us. Access to good health, including sexual and reproductive health, well-being, education, and livelihoods are critical to unleashing your potential as Caribbean and global citizens. The UNFPA Sub-Regional Office for the Caribbean is proud of our role in supporting you, including through our youth advisory groups. There are a number of initiatives that we undertake, including facilitating increased youth leadership and participation in global and regional fora, providing improved access to comprehensive, age-appropriate reproductive health information, and to support you in developing key skills to effectively navigate the journey toward adulthood, strengthening capacity and youth-led organizations to advocate for an enhanced policy, legislative program, and funding environment to advance your rights and needs. UNFPA looks forward to continuing to support youth empowerment, engagement, and leadership because we believe that together we can ensure that the national and global development agenda, including the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, promote human rights, health, and well-being of the largest generation of young people in history. Investments in youth will ensure that we collectively build a world in which you face no limits to your aspirations for the future. I wish you the best across the next days of discussion. Thank you.